Hello everyone, and yeah, this is the second time I've tried to record this, so let's just get straight into it. So, this Random Ramblings, I'm going to be talking about console wars, and just a spoiler for the video, they're just so terrible. Like, console wars, I don't get the point anymore, because all they do is they benefit companies, and they have individuals who aren't even affiliated with any of these companies. They're promoting this idea of there needs to be console wars because then I want to be on the winning side. Like, say, I want to be on the Xbox side, I want to be on PlayStation side. And it's just so mind-boggling because, as I said, it doesn't benefit anyone at the end of the day. It just benefits companies because then they can get more money. So the main thing that sort of started this was I saw this trailer. Well, I say I saw it, I think everyone saw it. This trailer for the new Modern Warfare. I know it's such a weird naming of it, but apparently there's a game mode in there, and it's only going to be available on the PlayStation 4 because it's going to come out in the PlayStation 4's lifetime. But I'm guessing when the new console comes out, the PlayStation 5, it will be exclusive on there as well, and it's exclusive to PlayStation for just 1 year. Now you may be thinking, oh, this is just some weird brand deal, but it's not. It's only on PlayStation, and the most annoying thing is, regardless of if you download the Xbox version or if you download, well, I highly doubt there's going to be a Nintendo Switch version, but say there is, if you download that version or the Steam version, oh no, sorry, it's Battle.net, isn't it, that Activision use? If you download the Battle.net version, it's all the same content. The only thing that's stopping you from playing this game mode is probably one line of code, maybe 2 lines of code saying, if console equals Xbox, game mode not available. That's probably all it is. I mean, obviously that's not how things are coded, but you know, it's just like a line of code that just says that, and they're the same price. And I've used this analogy before, but let's say that you walk into a shop and there's 2 identical items like on display, but one of them is damaged, and you don't know it's damaged, but you find out it's damaged because they just sort of tell you. You'd expect that item to be discounted. Yeah, at some percentage it will be discounted because obviously it's damaged, it's not up to the standard of what it should be, and you're basically paying for something that isn't. You're not paying for the full sort of thing because you're going to have to repair it, and stuff like that. I don't have to explain how that works. And then obviously there's the one next to it that is completely fine working, 100% fine, and that's standard price. That's sort of how I see these like exclusivity deals. So a consumer walks into a shop, goes to pick up the new Modern Warfare, and it's almost like they're being sold part of a defective unit because they've got game content on there, it's on the disc, but because you haven't purchased a specific company's console and all the stuff around that, like memberships and all that, like a PlayStation Network, if you haven't purchased that or stuff like that, that's what I was trying to say, you aren't being given access to what you've paid for. Now I know that there's this whole legal thing of like, but Activision own the content and they're only licensing it to you and it's all legal and all that, but it's just a practice of it. As a consumer, you are paying the exact same price as everyone else, whether you're on like a PC, whether you're on PlayStation, Xbox, and as I said, I doubt there's a Nintendo Switch version, but you never know. You're going to be paying the same price, so you'd expect some form of equality throughout the whole thing, and it just does not make any sense to me. And the next thing that I sort of was thinking as well was, we're now in the era of consoles where it does not matter what console you have. Because I know right now there's a lot of games that do support crossplay. I think off the top of my head, Fortnite does, and a lot of those style of games do. And in the future, obviously, more games are going to support it, and it's going to get to a point where the vast majority of games enable crossplay. You could always bring up the argument that PC is going to have a more are going to have a better advantage, because obviously if you've got like a £10,000 like gaming rig that can run, let's say, Call of Duty Modern Warfare at 300 FPS versus someone on the console who it fluctuates between 45 and 60, let's say, that sort of range. Obviously PC's going to have a better advantage, but let's just not get into that. But we're in the age where it doesn't matter what console you get in, you can effectively play with anyone, which is pretty amazing. But with this sort of deal, with exclusivity deals going on, it sort of kills that, because everyone has the same game, but only a select few or a select amount of people are actually being given access to like a portion of the game, and it just doesn't make any sense from like a logical point of view. But obviously at the end of the day, it's all for money, because Sony, Activision and Infinity Ward, I've completely forgot, Infinity Ward, almost got their name there. Obviously it's all about money at the end of the day. I'm not having a go at companies for it, but it's just it just doesn't make any sense. When I go on Twitter, for example, or when you just picture what someone who wants a console war is on about, they're either a little kid or they're just so ingrained in this like view of the world that everything should be like fought against and they should always be in the right, and they will fight this battle for Microsoft's honour, for example. It's like, Microsoft don't care. As long as you pay them, they're happy. If they see the sales of Xboxes go to the roof, they think, oh, that's good, yeah, that's alright. They're not thinking, we have just won the console war for all our fans and we will now repay them. They're not like that. At the end of the day, everything's for money, and I just don't get why so many people are so heavily invested in console wars. Now, obviously on YouTube, and you can say this about me, it's not why I'm making this video, but I know there's some people who are making videos like this just for views and money. But there's so many people on YouTube who are so heavily biased towards one console for no apparent reason. So like a good example that I'll use is FIFA. So on PlayStation and Xbox, I'm not going to count the Nintendo Switch version or the Origin version, because they are very different, because they're based on different platforms and different engines. But if you take the PlayStation and the Xbox version, when I was, it was about 2012, basically from 2012 onwards, there was this whole idea of, FIFA's better on Xbox because it's got Legends and it's got all these like different things on there and it feels different. But when you look at like the core gameplay, it's exactly the same. It both ran on the same engine. It both had exactly the same features. If you went on Ultimate Team on a PS4, it would be in 2014, because obviously that's when FIFA came out for that. And if you went on an Xbox in 2014 on FIFA, you'd have a very similar experience, apart from an in-game item is a little bit different. But when you look at the core gameplay, it's exactly the same. But when you look at something from what I'm talking about in this video, from like a modern sort of point of view, when you're locking away part of a game that a lot of people do like, because I forgot what the game mode was called now, and this is going to make me sound and look really weird, but from what I remember, that game mode was really popular on the original Modern Warfare. I forgot what it's called, but it's where it's like split co-op, where you pretty much just survive in like a mission area, and it's basically a horde mode. That's pretty much what it is. But if you're locking that away, which is a core aspect of the game because it's a game mode, that just causes a lot more tension, because that is something that you interact with in the game, and that is something that you take control of, and it's just a fundamental part of the game. Whereas if you take Legends, for example, on FIFA, I don't even know if I have Legends anymore. It shows how long ago I played FIFA. But if you take Legends, you could completely skip out Legends, and it's just like, oh well, I won't be able to play with that player. I know it's making me sound a bit hypocritical, but what I'm trying to say is, with the new Call of Duty, they've taken away a game mode which a lot of people do enjoy. They enjoy it on the old one, and they're expecting it on this one. And when they've included it in the past on both consoles, and suddenly now, out of nowhere, they've decided, just PlayStation, you just made a deal with them. It just really is a slap in the face to people on different platforms. And I'm just going to sort of end this by saying that, from what I understand, a lot of companies make these deals even before the game is even made. So, for example, let's say Activision are like, alright, we're talking about making next year's Call of Duty now. And then Microsoft ring them up and go, listen Activision, we'll give you, we don't even know what game mode is going to happen, but give us a sort of popular game mode, but not too popular, but make it an enjoyable game mode, and we'll just, we'll pay for some exclusivity rights to that. And they haven't even made a game yet. That's pretty much what it's like, and this can happen years in advance. There's some companies that offer 2-year like advanced sort of payment thing, advanced contract things. I didn't mean to say payment. I know Bungie have done it. I mean, that's Activision as well. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to end this video before I just go off on one. But yeah, at the end of the day, this doesn't benefit anyone, and people, especially console fanboys, all you're doing is fueling a fire that doesn't really benefit anyone at the end of the day, apart from companies. Because if someone's on the edge of thinking, right, I need to buy the Xbox Scarlet, I think it's called, or the PS5, and they genuinely do not know what to think, and they're like, well, what's the one thing left? Exclusivities. Let's look at them. And you go, oh look, there's some good ones. And then you look at a game that sort of crosses both platforms, so like FIFA, Call of Duty, NBA, I guess. I don't play NBA, but I know they come across on a lot of platforms. You look at them and go, well, they're both the same game, but that one has more content in it, so I mean, that might not push someone to buy a PlayStation, but it might, you don't know. But anyways, I'm just going to end this now. This has been quite a long one. Yeah, hope to see you in the next video, and yeah, hope to see you then.